The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Daniel Hill, and welcome to my Instagram Stories Flash Briefing, where I give you the news that you need to know about from the platform, as well as tips and tricks to help you grow your following. Before I start, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Chelsea Pietz, who has a flash briefing called The Voice of Social Sales. She gave me an awesome shout out on her Instagram page, which I super appreciate, so please check her out, chelsea.peitz on Instagram, and her flash briefing, The Voice of Social Sales. And now on to today's news. If you have an iPhone XS Max or iPhone XR, you may notice that the Instagram app looks a little strange. Essentially, Instagram released an update for their iOS app, which is version number 75, and this version broke support for the screen size of the iPhone XS Max and iPhone XR. This caused the UI and pictures to look scaled on these devices. Interestingly, this is because of some incompatibilities with Xcode, which is Apple's developer tool, and iOS 12 SDK. Now, I'm not going to get too technical into this, but if you are using one of these two phones and you notice this problem is occurring, looks like you may be stuck with it for a little while. This is one of the things that happens with apps, especially when things get updated so often. You're working with a number of different operating systems. In this case, Facebook's developer team could fix this problem, but it would affect many users who are still on iOS 9 on various phones. That's one of the challenges of developing, all the different phones and platforms that you have to develop for and keep in mind. And now on to today's question of the day.
Today's question: why do people follow and then unfollow me?
People do the strategy of what's called follow and unfollow in order to get followers. Typically, if you follow someone that you don't know, there's about a 10 to 20% chance that they'll follow you back. If they don't follow you back, they will probably at least look at your profile and maybe even click on the link to go to your website and see what you're all about. They might give your picture some likes as well. This strategy does work. For every 100 people that you follow, 10 to 20 will probably follow you back. And most of them will probably not notice if you unfollow them a few days later. What a lot of people do is set up an automated service called a bot to follow and unfollow accounts for them all day, every day. Now, I'm not necessarily recommending this as a strategy, although it can work. Instagram has said lately that they will be cracking down on not only the tools that allow this to happen, but the accounts that use these kinds of tools. So if you do decide to use a bot, do so at your own risk and very carefully. But if you notice people following you and then a couple of days later unfollowing you and you have no idea who they are and you've never interacted with them, chances are this is the strategy that they're employing. That's all for today's flash briefing. Thank you for listening. Please check out my website at danielhillmedia.com. And if you have any questions, you can send me an email, daniel@danielhillmedia.com. Thanks for listening.